Game 5 of the NBA Finals in Phoenix in the Footprint Arena. That's the stadium new naming rights. It's whatever. But first quarters, you know, Suns, they come out hot with a 10-12 start, and they finish that quarter shooting 74% from the field. And Milwaukee wasn't too shabby. They shot 9 for 21, which won't get you killed in most games. But the Suns just couldn't miss in the first quarter, and they were up 16. But the second quarter rolls around, and now the Bucks go on a run, and they end up having a 3-point lead to close out the half. And obviously, key performance of the first half, Devin Booker with 15 points. He's looking good for the Suns. DeAndre Ayton is looking good. He's already gotten more than 6 points in this last game. I believe he's at 8 to 10 right now. Actually, he's at 12. Giannis has 10 points. He was obviously gassed to end the first half because he was taking layups on some of these lob attempts that would typically be dunks, and he missed a point-blank layup that he would typically dunk. So it's obvious that he's tired. Middleton's playing but Jrue Holiday, I thought it was going to be another one of those nights because he started off the game, he missed 2 layups. I'm like, oh, Jrue can't make a fucking layup again. But ever since then, yeah, he's found his touch around the rim. He's made 2 3-pointers, and he's shooting 8 for 11 from the field, and he has 7 assists. The only thing he didn't do right in that first half was pick up 2 fouls. But yeah, you can't say it's that much of an issue now. They have a lead, and going in the second half with the lead, and it's only 2 fouls because he did have to sit out a big portion that first quarter with those fouls. But yeah, Jrue Holiday, he's been great. Chris Paul has looked better. He's not playing to, his game 1 or game 2 standards, but he is getting his teammates involved. And another thing I'm seeing that the Bucks are doing, really well right now is they're getting a lot of switches, desirable switches. Chris Paul on Bobby Portis or Devin Booker specifically on Pat Connaughton. So Milwaukee has to do, a better job fighting through those screens and not giving up those switches. And they did have, some lapses of communication on defense. They did give up, a few wide open threes. They gave up 3 of them in a quick span. 2 to Jay Crowder, 1 to Torrey Craig, actually 4, my bad, and 1 to Chris Paul. Now, Jay Crowder and Torrey Craig, they both missed their threes, but Chris Paul converted on an open 3, and it was due to miscommunication on the pick and roll with Brook Lopez specifically. But it's a good game. I was kind of worried that the game's going to get out of hand in the first quarter because they were down 16. But Milwaukee was able to fight back, and that was without Giannis for the majority of that quarter. Yeah, Middleton, he's 4 for 11. He's 1 for 4. So he could be better. Giannis, he's 2 for 5 from the free throw line. He missed his first 3 in a row. So I'm going to guess he's finally setting again because he made the last 2. Also, Pat Connaughton and Jay Crowder, the role players, they're doing really well shooting the ball. So I believe they're like tied for the highest between Jay Crowder and Pat Connaughton when it comes to the percentage in the finals from 3. I believe they're like 1 and 2. I think Jay Crowder is 1. But role players shooting the ball well. We got a close game going to the second half. Let's see how Milwaukee and Phoenix adjust. I want to see what they're going to do to Chris Paul in the second half because Booker looks like he's got it going again. Yeah, with another hot start. But high scoring game too, 64 to 61 after it looked out of hand in the first quarter. But is there anything other notes I got? Oh yes, Giannis, he did throw some dimes in transition, specifically to Pat Connaughton and Bobby Portis for corner 3s. Very nice slick passes. But that's all I got for the first half. I will see y'all in the second. Wow, it's been ages since I did the first half. But second half is over. The Bucks squeak out a 4-point victory off of a huge defensive stop by Jrue Holiday within the last 16 seconds. Because Phoenix, they could have took a timeout. They decide not to. And on Jrue Holiday, he stepped up, forced the turnover on Booker, and then he throws the lob where only Giannis can catch it for a potential and 1. Giannis missed the free throw. They get the offensive rebound. Chris Middleton gets fouled. He takes 2 free throws. He splits those. They have a 4-point cushion. And on the last play, it's just a big scramble. They waste a lot of time. Phoenix has to, you know, run to the three-point line to get a shot off, but there's only like a couple seconds left. They miss. Game's over. Excellent performance from Jrue Holiday. He gets the game ball tonight after, you know, having terrible performances on offense. He still came in and played great defense in all these games, but then he actually, you know, put a full game together with the offense, with the playmaking, his defense. That was clutch. Excellent job from Jrue Holiday tonight. He gets the game ball. Middleton was hitting huge shots down the stretch. Same with Devin Booker. They were hitting huge shots down the stretch. And Milwaukee had like a 10-point lead, or I think it was 11 at one point. And the Suns, they cut that by, you know, Bridges hitting a three, Chris Paul hitting a three. And, you know, later down that, it's, you know, Booker hitting the three. That makes it a 3-point game. But yeah, it was a great game. A lot of action, a lot of drama. There were some obvious no calls, like when Middleton got fouled and the ball went out of bounds. But I already knew when they reviewed that play, I'm like, they're not going to call the foul on Middleton. They're just going to give Milwaukee the ball, and they're going to be able to reset that way. And that's what they did. So it's not surprising. PJ Tucker got blown up on his screen, but it was no call either way. Another controversial call was DeAndre Ayton with a hip check. Not a hip check. Like, put his hip into Giannis, and it forced him out of bounds, and they called that a foul. And they were reviewing whether or not Giannis stepped out of bounds. And he did step out of bounds, but, you know, it was after he got fouled. So Milwaukee got the ball back from there. Giannis had, you know, he had a few opportunities to make those clutch free throws. He didn't make a single one of them. But the Suns were not able to secure the defensive rebound, and that's that really when it comes to the game. Because even though it's Giannis and you expect him to miss, and I know he's a hard assignment to block out, on those missed free throws, you just got to get it by any means necessary. And they didn't get it. I believe PJ Tucker took one back, Giannis took one back, but yeah, man, those boards, they killed them. Even though Milwaukee should have closed this game out a lot better, they did enough to win. They did enough to win. And that's really all it's about at the end of the day. They have one more game to win. Phoenix has one more to lose. They have lost home court advantage. So you can say the series has officially started. But it is obvious now that Milwaukee has clearly seized control of the series. They have ripped 3 straight from Phoenix after losing the first 2 at Phoenix. And they got a chance to, you know, defend home court and be champions. I'd really like to see it. Because one, a bitter Lakers fan, to the end, I'll do more explanation about that if the Bucks win. Hopefully they win. But my Bucks in 6, you know, pick, it's still alive somehow. Didn't think it would be here after those first 2 games, or I thought they would split these games, go back and forth, and so, you know, losing 2 straight and then winning 3 straight, potentially 4. But this is where we're at. Bucks in 6 has a chance of happening. When it comes to the Finals MVP pick, it's got to be Giannis. Even though Jrue Holiday had a great game, Middleton had a great game, Giannis has been more consistent. He's averaging like 30 and 10 this whole Finals, which is historic. But with that out the way, ladies and gentlemen, y'all stay safe, and I'm out.